Hello everyone, I'm Soumya. I'm a Udacity non-degree graduate. I've been a part of Udacity's Google India Scholarship Program as well as Facebook's Python Scholarship Program. Today we're gonna learn functions in JavaScript. Let's start. Function is a very important concept in every modern programming language. As the code gets longer, there may be some lines of code that repeats the same steps. Instead of repeating, we can pack those repeated code into reusable chunks of code called functions. Let's see an example. Let's say we have an equation a square plus b square plus c square. We have to evaluate the value of this equation given the value of a, b and c. How can we evaluate that? Let's say a equal to 2, b equal to 3 and c equals to 4. In step 1 we can calculate the value of a square, then value of b square, then c square. Then we can sum them up to get the result. So what about another set? A equal to 3, b equal to 4, c equal to 2. We have to repeat all those above steps again and again. So is it efficient? Absolutely no. Let's take another case. We have a equal to 2, b equal to 3 and c equal to 4. We know the value of a, b and c. We make a code block named square sum which will take three arguments a, b and c. It will contain some steps to calculate the value of the given equation and then it will return the calculated result. If you pass a equal to 2, b equal to 3 and c equal to 4 and call the function square sum, it will calculate the value of the given equation and here the calculated result is 29. For another case, a equal to 1, b equal to 2 and c equal to 0, we again call the square sum a equal to 1, b equal to 2 and c equal to 0 and we get the answer as 5. Here we do not have to repeat all those 5 steps again and again. Simply we can call the function square sum and pass the required arguments one by one. Let's know some formal definition of function. Function is a sequence of program instructions that performs a specific task packaged as a unit. This unit can then be used in programs wherever that particular task should be performed. Functions are also known as subroutines and procedures. Why functions? What are the main advantages of using a function? First of all, modularity. Modularity is a main concept of object-oriented programming languages. Modularity means dividing a large program into small modules. Then comes reduced redundancy. Functions help in reducing the lines of code. We don't have to repeat same lines of code again and again. Instead, we use functions. Reusability. We can save the functions in a header file or a package and import it when we have to use it. Thus, we can reuse a function again and again. We don't have to write a function from scratch every time. Abstraction. Abstraction is also a main concept of object-oriented programming language in which we hide some unnecessary functionality behind the functions and we only show the necessary things to the end users. Then comes traceability. Traceability helps us to track bugs. If we use functions, then we can easily track in which functions the bug exists. How to declare a function? We have many methods to declare a function in JavaScript. Let's start with a basic one. In method 1, we start with function keyword, then function name, and then a list of parameters inside parentheses. Then we write our code and return statement inside a curly braces. Please note that the return statement is optional here. Let's see a demo how to declare a function using method 1. We start with a keyword function, Then our function name is sum. We're gonna sum two numbers. We have two parameters, num1 and num2. Then we start curly braces. Inside the curly braces, I declare a variable result, and the result will contain num1 plus num2, and then it will console.log. It will simply print the value of result. And here we will call function sum with two arguments 2 and 5. Let's see what happens here. Here we got the result 7. Let's see another method of declaring a function in JavaScript. Here you use a variable keyword to declare a variable, and the variable name will be same as the function name, and then we'll assign a function object with a list of parameters to that variable, and the function object will contain a body with the required code and return statement. And also don't forget to put that tiny semicolon. Let's see the demo of method 2. Here we will take a variable sum and assign it a function object which will take two parameters num1 and num2. Here we will calculate the sum of two numbers as seen in example 1. Here we will declare a variable result which will add num1 and num2, and will print it in the console. And here don't forget that semicolon. And here we will call sum function with 3 and 4, and then we can run it. We'll expect a output of 7, and here it is. In method 3 we use a arrow function. It is a ES6 style function declaration. Here you use a variable keyword to declare a variable, and the variable name is same as the function name, and we assign a function object. And here the style of assigning is something different. Here first we put a parameter list inside braces, and then we use the arrow operator, and then we write the function body inside a set of curly braces, and then we use a semicolon. We use this type of declaration in React.js. So method 3 we will use the arrow function. Let's declare a variable sum which will take two parameters num1 and num2, then the arrow operator, then curly braces, then let's declare a variable result which will add num1 and num2, then it will print the calculated result in console. Here it is. Let's call the function sum with 2 and 3. We should expect a output 5, and here it is. Some points to remember: a function always returns some value to the caller. If return statement is not specified, then the function returns a value undefined. Let's see a demo of it. Here in the console we will write a function fun which will take no argument but will print a message hello world. and after clicking enter, it will return a undefined keyword. Then if we call the function fun, it will print hello world as well as it will give a statement undefined. It is the return type undefined. Our next topic of discussion is scope. It is the part of the program where a particular identifier such as variable or a function is accessible or visible. There are two types of scopes, global scope and local scope. Local scope is also called as function scope. In global scope, identifiers can be accessed everywhere in the program, whereas in function scope, identifiers can be accessed only inside the function it was defined in. So, function scope is limited, whereas global scope is available everywhere in the program. Here I have a function greet. I have a variable greetings which contains a string hello world, and from inside the function I'm printing the value of greetings, that is hello world. When I call the function greet, it will simply greet hello world. If I try to print the string hello world from outside the function, it will give a reference error, greetings is not defined. So here the variable greetings is out of the scope because it is only defined inside the function greet. Here I have declared a variable greetings equal to hello world as a global variable. It can be accessed anywhere in the program. Like inside the function greet, I am printing the value of greetings, that is hello world, and it will show hello world in the console. Also, I can access it from outside of the function. It is accessed from outside of the function and it will print hello world. That's so simple. Our next topic of discussion is hoisting in JavaScript. Before any JavaScript code is executed, all function declarations or variable declarations are hoisted to the top of their current scope. Please note that variable definitions or assignments are not hoisted, so be careful of it. So let's see an example of function hosting in JavaScript. Let's see an example of function hosting in JavaScript. Here we have a function greet, which will print a string JavaScript in our console. Let's try to call the function before its declaration. Here I am calling the function greet before its declaration. Will it work? Yes, absolutely. It works in JavaScript. Many programming languages do not support this feature. They may throw some error, but in JavaScript it happens. Here the function is being hosted to the top of its current scope while running the code. That's why we are getting the result as JavaScript. This also happens in case of variables. Let's say I am declaring a variable dummy here, dummy equal to 12, and I am printing the value of dummy. Let's see what happens. Here I am getting undefined because here variable dummy is being hosted to the top, but the variable assignment doesn't get hosted. Like I said, variable declaration get hosted to the top of its current scope, but variable declaration stays at its own place. That's why I'm getting undefined. if I will simply assign the variable at the top of its current scope, I will get 12. So that's the concept of variable hosting and function hosting in JavaScript. So we can see there are many problems of hosting in JavaScript. So how to overcome it? There is only one solution. Declare the functions or variables at the top of their respective scopes. So you can take it as a rule of thumb and implement it. So let's wrap up this session with a quick summary. In this session we talked about function declarations. We knew about three types of different function declaration styles, and we knew about advantages of using functions, also global scope and local scope, and also we knew some problem about variable hosting as well as function hosting in JavaScript. Here are some links for your further readings. MDN Web Docs is my favorite one. You can follow this. Thank you everyone for your time. You can shoot me an email for any queries or doubts. See you in next session. Bye bye.